Something absolutely soul-crushing and disturbing has happened to me of late. But first, a general introduction. I want to be speaking about the thyroid, or the fifth chakra, which is commonly overlooked in its regards to masculine gene expression. Iodine is perhaps one of the most axiomatically important in regards to optimal function of the thyroid and also your appearance, and I suppose indirectly your perceived attractiveness. The alchemy of iodine includes the synthesis of thyroxine and tridothanide. These are necessary hormones, especially considering that the body is unable to manufacture them itself, the consequences of which could be the reason behind your chronic need for siestas, excessive body and facial fat, and the occasional joint pain. Now, this is something quite personal to myself, as for some reason of late, I'm experiencing a disturbing and sudden onset of egg intolerance. Eggs composing of the majority of my natural iodine sources, other sources of which could be seafood, milk, and cheese. But I used to eat 8 to 10 eggs a day, so I'm really feeling the effects. It is interesting to note that approximately 45% of the population are deficient in iodine, the bare minimum of iodine consisting of around 150 micrograms per day, with an upper limit of 600 micrograms. So yeah, your boy has been feeling a little bit like a old man of late, because the role of iodine is plentiful, from the most significant being metabolism, or the rate in which your body can kind of convert food into energy, plus your brain and bone development, particularly if you're watching this and you're under the age of 25. And finally, its utility in healthy heart rate, body temperature, digestion, and also muscle control. Iodine also makes a man more handsome through 8, I believe, distinct mechanisms. Iodine also makes a man more handsome through 8, I believe, distinct mechanisms. So the first one is it supports healthy cell function and turnovers and things like this. It also balances oil production by regulating sebaceous gland activity, potentially helping you prevent, clogged pores, breakouts, white and blackheads. It also aids in the body's natural defense against bacterial infections on the skin. It enhances the skin tone and texture by supporting collagen production. Collagen, by the way, specifically being a tremendously underutilized supplement, as people rarely eat collagen. Let me know down below, actually, if you want me to make a separate video on collagen, because it's absolutely phenomenal. It helps reduce the appearance of scarring through collagen and cell turnover. It supports the skin's healing process and can help soothe any existing infections. It prevents dry skin, flaky skin, maintaining a proper thyroid function and skill regeneration. And it activates a pathway in the human skin which provides protection against UVB-induced damage and reduce the secretion of pro-inflammatory cytokines. So iodine plays a role to also enhance testosterone production by improving the functionality of your Leydig cells in your testicles, and these are responsible for producing your testosterone. However, toxic halides like bromide, fluoride, and chlorine can also block these cells, affecting their function and potentially reducing your T. Now, this next part is particularly significant because I mentioned before there is an upper limit of iodine intake around 600 micrograms. Now, there is a study that exists that seems to correlate actually low iodine levels with higher levels of testosterone. So this study was done on approximately 2,934. So it wasn't a tremendously large sample. They did split these groups into low levels, so this is less than 100 micrograms, normal 100 to 129, and high 300 micrograms. The low group averaged T at 446 nanograms per deciliter, and the medium and high at 398 nanograms per deciliter. Now, this is one of those really interesting times where you could say that there's no point in you talking about iodine, Joseph. It does not help me in my mission to increase my testosterone levels. And I have to admit, I would find it very, very difficult to argue with you. You know, I may say I may say the sample was poor. I may say the study was bad. But the reason I really chose to make this video was because I've been supplementing with about 400 micrograms of iodine for the last week, and I feel pretty good, much better than I have in a while. I mean, the overall goal here is to avoid hypothyroidism. So this is associated with depression, lower levels of mental sharpness and insight, reports of dry skin, breakouts, damage to hair, sensitivity to cold, and fatigue and weight gain. Not to say that I've experienced all of these, but I certainly felt the absence of eggs in my diet significantly. And with some personal experimentation, iodine certainly seemed to give me the kickback that I needed. And I suppose I was kind of curious to ask, what has your experience with iodine been like? Has it helped? What do you take it for? And are you still using it now? These are just theories. Speak soon.